Hello guys, good morning. Thank you for coming to the live session. This is a massive live session for week number 2 of Model 6, Mi Mundo en Otra Lengua. Let me just show you the presentation that I have for you guys. My name is Nacheli Cuenca. I am a virtual advisor in one of these groups. Today, this massive session actually is to help you understand the way we're going to be working this week. Well, actually, the week that already started. I'm going to try to explain the important vocabulary that you guys have to work on. So let's get started with this live session. The objectives of this class, of this session is, to understand and use the proper use of the vocabulary there is and there are. Also, to understand and use the vocabulary of the house, understand and use the vocabulary of prepositions, and be able to give directions. All of this is going to be in a link that I'm going to be giving you in the chat. So in case that you want to work with, you can always copy the chat and work on it, okay? The agenda, I'm going to explain first of all the use of and the importance of the learning forum, the prepositions of place, what is the difference between there is and there are, a little bit of vocabulary of the house, and finally be able to give directions, okay? So let's get started with the learning forum. As you can see, or you know already, guys, the learning forum doesn't have a qualification or doesn't have a specific score. If you enter in this forum, you can read the comments of your partners, you can read the comments of your virtual advisor, and then you can participate, having a better idea of what you have to do for activities number 3 and number 4 in this case. It is very important that you take your time and enter this forum, read the comments of your partners, try to make your own comments so you can have an idea of the vocabulary that will be needed for activities of the week. Normally, your virtual advisor should be moderating this forum and he or she should be giving you extra examples, okay? So in this case, the only thing that you have to do is presenta objetos personales que utilizas en tu vida cotidiana. Describe y localiza haciendo referencia en lugares en el interior de tu casa. So in this case, you have to use vocabulary of the house that we are going to be working on, and you have to use prepositions of place. Like, for example, if I say, my phone is on the desk, or my computer is on the desk, I am sitting on a chair, my chair is in front of my desk. So these prepositions of place are useful to make sentences that are required in this forum. Then you have to say, or you have to read this second point, which says, identifica y describe lugares, así como da y sigue instrucciones para llegar a ellos. In the next comment, you have to identify certain places, maybe what is the nearest school that you have, or what is the nearest restaurant that you have, or supermarket. So you have to be able to also give some instructions. Those two important comments are needed for activities of the week. In activity number 3, integrated activity number 3, we're going to be using vocabulary of the house with prepositions of place. And in integrated activity number 4, we are going to be using the directions vocabulary. So that is why, in this case, it's very useful to try to make comments in this section and also to read the comments of the virtual advisor and the comments of your classmates, okay? Let's continue with prepositions. Prepositions of place are the ones that tell you where the things are. They are very short and they have a specific meaning. In this case, in this presentation, you can see little pictures of an owl in different positions. So on is like touching the place, it's on. In is when it is like inside. In and inside is basically the same, okay? I can say it's in the box or it's inside the box. There is not much difference, but remember that it has to be like in this position, inside, okay? On, maybe I can say like my coffee is on my hand, I am sitting on a chair. On is like putting something on the base, but not basically inside. Far is something that is far, far away. My school is far from my house. Or near, my school is near from my house. Over is something that is like flying over the head. It's not touching you. I can say that maybe the ventilator is over and the fan is over, or the airplane is over me, or a lamp, but it has to be over, not touching me, okay? Under is something that is under. Go past. Among, we have two different prepositions. We have among and between. Between is like, for example, I say, my phone is between me and my computer. And among is many things. My phone is among my printer, my computer, my coffee, my calculator, my mouse, and my book. Okay, many things. Next to, it is very close to me. In front of, I can also say opposite. Behind me there is a blue wall. Between, two things only. Around and through. Through is like something, for example, I can say, I can see through my window. I can see through your eyes, for example. Okay, through is something that is coming like through, like this. So these are the most important prepositions of places. If you go to your material in week number 2, you can see that in vocabulary section, we are here in week number 2. If you go to vocabulary week 2, you can find a lot of important information with audios, with photos, with the meaning in Spanish. So I highly recommend you to open this PDF. It's an interactive PDF. You can click on it and you can see all the vocabulary needed for this week. So take your time, study this vocabulary that you already have in week number 2. My internet is a little bit slow, but as I was saying, well, you have 16 pages. So for instance, let me just go back. In this case, you have like parts of the vocabulary of the house. No, that if you want to see the pronunciation, you just click. I saw up. Is that the correct pronunciation? I'm not sure, but I know it's jabón. Or do I have to say soup? Oh, I don't know. How do I pronounce this word?
Soap.
Soap. Yes, of course. Or maybe this one, deodorant. How do I pronounce this word? I know that it's desodorante, but the pronunciation?
Deodorant.
Oh, deodorant. Okay, so in this case, you can click on the play to hear the correct pronunciation. Above you have like the title of all the vocabulary that you can be listening to. This is the page 4 of 6. And then you can continue going and studying the vocabulary. The last part is giving directions, parts of the city, the bank, the church, the bakery. So please open this file. It is very useful. You're going to like it a lot. Open the file, listen to the pronunciation. It is in week number 2. It's in the vocabulary section. Here. Oh, no, this is 1. Here. And well, of course, open up all the resources that you have, all the links to study there is, there are, and try to do also the practice exercises. So I was with prepositions. Now that I understand a little bit more the prepositions, I'm going to go and give you a link of the house. In this link that I'm going to paste here in the chat as well, when you click in it, you are going to see 2 different options. This link goes directly to the British Council that I actually or personally like to work with or recommend because it has a lot of online information. For example, this one, I say, oh, I know this word, but I don't remember this vocabulary word.
Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, the kitchen, sure. So I just go look for the kitchen, click on it, and then paste it here.
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Maybe this is the bathroom, maybe, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to click this word and paste it here, but let me listen if this is correct.
Bathroom.
Oh, bathroom. Yes, yes, of course. So you can be working online, but also if you go directly to downloads, maybe you want to see the answers. And in the answers, you can have all the vocabulary that we were just working on: bedroom, living room, kitchen, dining room. So in case that you don't know exactly the word and you rather want to watch or want to see the precise vocabulary, you can see the answers and you can be working on it. Also, if you don't want to work online and you say, oh, this material is very important, you can have it in PDF. You click here in exercises and it opens up a PDF where you have to actually answer the exercises. You have 2 different exercises and you can download it, the material, and have it in your computer to work with anytime you want or you need, okay? So this link is for you to study just the vocabulary of the house. Now let me just paste the link and go directly to our chat. So this is a little extra vocabulary for you to study the house. Now, we already know the prepositions of place, we already know the house, and now let me explain you what is the difference between there is and there are. In English, we have 2 different expressions to explain that something is in a place. I can open my refrigerator and say, oh, there is milk, there is butter, there is cereal, there is meat or chicken. But if something is in plural, I mean, I have more than one, I have to use there are. So again, I open up the fridge and I see, oh, there are 5 eggs, there are 2 bottles of milk, there are some bottles of yogurt. So there is to explain that something is singular, whereas there are is to explain something that is plural. So if you open the resource that you have in week number 2 of the explanation of there is and there are, you are going to see some examples here of there is in singular and there are in plural. Remember that you can always click in the horn.
There is a dog in the house.
To listen to the correct pronunciation. Okay, so there is singular and there are is plural. Now that I have these 3 explanations already clear, prepositions of place, parts of the house, and the difference between there is and there are, we are already ready to make the exercises, well, to integrated activity number 3, which is Be My Guest. Remember, guys, that you have to download the file to work on so you don't get any mistakes. In this case, we have to imagine that we have a person in our house. We have a guest. Maybe your mother is visiting you, or a friend, or an uncle, a cousin, whoever. And we are going to show this person the parts of our house. Remember that we in Mexico like to have visits in the house all the time, and we're like, yes, feel free. You can open the refrigerator, take the food that you want. Yeah, you can take a shower. Look, here is your bedroom. You're going to sleep here. Don't worry. So in this exercise, in this activity, we have different bubbles with letters A, B, C, D, E until we get to the H, to the J, I'm sorry. And you have to describe where these places are. You have to describe where the microwave is. You have to describe where the fruits are, where the flour is, where you can put some towels. And maybe you can say, hey, I don't know the meaning of these. I don't know the meaning of this. Don't worry. We already have the name of the words in the exercise. We have microwave. We have fruits. We have the flour, towels, toothbrushes, mirror to save some clothes, the lamp, the book, and to turn on the lights. Everything is already written in the exercise. The only thing that you have to do is describe where these places are, but you have to describe them in 3 different ways. In the instructions, you says, after you had seen the picture, answer the questions in 3 different ways, not 1, not 2, 3. And also you have an extra example. Where is the hamburger? In the kitchen, there is a hamburger on the table. There is a hamburger between the salt and the glass in the kitchen, and there is a hamburger on the dish in front of the fridge. So this explanation tells you where the burger is with 3 different sentences. It says in front of the fridge, in the kitchen next to the bread, or between the glass and the juice, for example, okay? I already made one example for you. It says, where is the microwave? You can see the microwave here. And in order to make correct sentences, well, we have to know the prepositions, but we also have to know the name of this vocabulary. I don't know how to say these. I don't know how to say this. I think it's window, but I'm not sure. I don't know how to say this. So you have to look up for these words in a dictionary or in the resources that you have in the platform to know that this word is sink. This is a paper basket. Those are the eggs. This is a clock. This is a window. So 3 different ways to describe where the microwave is. I say the microwave is in the kitchen next to the sink, junto al lavabo, under the clock, debajo de un reloj, and between the eggs and the window, entre los huevos y la ventana. 3 different ways of everything, okay? All the sentences need to have like 3 different sentences with correct prepositions. Once you finish explaining all these sentences that are 10, then you have to describe your living room, tu sala. You have to describe, but it says just with 3 prepositions, 3 sentences. 3 sentences is okay. You don't have to write more. My living room has a very big and old couch. In my living room, there is a little lamp. In my living room, I have a lot of plants. And in front of my living room, it's a television, for example. So that is the only thing that you have to do. And finally, guys, you have to record your voice telling the 10 sentences. If we go back to the platform, we say, or we can read that it says, graba el audio de las oraciones que redactaste. De las oraciones que redactaste. You don't have to read the part of the living room. You just have to read the sentences, okay? And that's all regarding activity number 3. Now, to be able to work in activity number 4, we have to learn some directions. I am going to paste this in the chat so you can have it, giving directions, and also I am going to go to this link. Again, this link leads you to the British Council section. In this case, you're going to be learning how to give directions. We have a little map of a city where we have like the cinema, the theater, hospital, the shop, an Italian restaurant, and we are here. I want you guys to learn a little bit more of vocabulary, so I have to go to vocabulary and see the name of the instructions to give directions. I know that this little circle is called the roundabout. Then, oh, I don't know why I can see these words. Let me just try to do it again. There they are. If I want to go straight, I say go straight on. Turn right or take the second right. Turn left or take the second left. These little things in color are called the traffic lights. Go past or next to and opposite. Those are the main important vocabulary words that I need to give directions. I am going to play a person who is telling some directions. Remember that we are here, and I want you guys to listen what this person says.
A.
Go straight on.
Straight on.
Then take the first left onto Green Street.
Green Street.
Walk past the library, and it's the building next to the library on the left.
Okay, maybe you didn't understand the pronunciation because this is British English, so we can go directly to the transcript. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so you can go directly to the transcript. We're gonna listen to this one more time.
A.
Go straight on, then take the first left onto Green Street. Walk past the library, and it's the building next to the library on the left.
So I suggest you guys to enter this link and to listen to the 4 different explanations of given directions. Go straight on, vete derecho. Take the first left, la primera a la izquierda, and then she's saying the name of the street, Green Street. Pass the library, walk past the library, pasa la librería, and it's the building, es el edificio junto a la librería del lado izquierdo. It's the building next to the library on the left. So with these explanations, we learn a little bit how to give directions, how to express go past, turn left, turn right, okay? So we can say go past the traffic lights, pasa el semáforo, go past the shop, pasa la tienda, turn right on the King's Road. And for example, if I want to go to the bookshop is opposite, enfrente o opuesto, is opposite the market or is in front of the police station, no? So with this vocabulary that you have, you can learn how to give directions, because for activity number 4, we actually have to give directions. Imagine that we continue having this guest in our house, but this person wants to know the city. No, he wants to make a tour around the city. So I have to download this file, come to my house, and go directly to the exercise. Let me just make this a little bigger. This is a map of the city, and you can see that your house is here. This person wants to visit many places. He wants to go first from the bus station to your house, then from the house to the bank, then from the bank to the museum, then from the museum to the restaurant, and finally from the restaurant to a pub, a bar. He wants to drink some beer maybe. So we have to be able to give these 5 different instructions. First of all, from the bus station to the house. Here is the bus station and here is my house. So the only thing that I have to do is start giving the directions, like go straight on Queens Avenue, go past the bookshop, go past the hotel, go past the news agents, and turn right on the Oxford Street. Go past the football pitch and turn left on the High Street. You are going to see my house in front of the shopping center or in front of the football pitch. Then from the house to the bank, and so on. So you have to be able, guys, to give directions, telling the name of the street, saying to go straight on, to turn left, to turn right, to pass, go past the library, go past the market, and then to explain where is this place with a preposition: in front of the football pitch, next to the shopping center, behind something, between this and that. So you have to give directions using also adverbs of frequency to make the explanation more natural, you know? First, blah, 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 blah. After that, blah, 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 blah. And then you can do this. Finally, you can do that. So try to be more natural. Use the adverbs of frequency. Remember to use the name of the streets. Remember to use directions, go past, turn left, turn right, and then use the prepositions of place, okay? Once you finish giving these 5 instructions, then you have to record your voice one more time of all the work, all the activity. Place number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Everything you have to record in this case, okay? So these are activities number 4 and activities number 3. I don't know if you guys have any other question. In the chat, you can see that I'm giving you the vocabulary for the house and vocabulary for giving directions. I already explained what the integrated activities are. And well, I don't know if you have any other further questions, something that I can help you with. Everything is clear? Okay, guys. Well, so in my case, that'll be all for today. I thank you very much for coming to this live session. I hope it's useful for you. And in case that you have any other problem, just go directly to your virtual advisor. This was the massive live session of week number 2. My name is Nacheli Cuenca, and have a great day. Thank you, guys.